Right. Hello, everyone. I'm Phalanges. Paradise.
I'm Paradise.
I'm Brent here.
And I'll be doing my taxes. Enjoy the podcast.
Welcome to the MouseCast podcast for the week of Sunday, March 23rd. This week we're talking about AI art in mouse pads, also TenZ signature mouse, and lastly, we have two guests from Matrova joining us today. So as always, subscribe. We do this every week. Join our Discord, link in the description. And everyone, starting with, how about Dazz? Start us off. What's on your desk right now?
Oh yeah, I've been testing out the T-Evolution Terra and then the low free bike helmet, the high pace.
Yeah, the bike helmet.
And
That
we got
was a
the Blitz
good
mid.
analogy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. How about you guys?
So basically, I've got a few issues in my setup right now. I'm using the Matrova Breeze, obviously, and then basically I've got a HGX Mini coming in, but the skates on my F1 Extreme wore out because I used them at college, and so I'm using a Mad R right now. So I'm pretty sad about that, but I'm getting used to it. So I'm waiting for HGX Mini, but yeah, that's what I'm using.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm also using the Breeze, but I also have the Shadow Hunt up here with me too. Top two pads, but anyway, the mouse that I have is the Daru A 950 wing,
Yeah.
35 grams. My first 8K.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I saw a review on mouse review this week on it. That was pretty positive, but it didn't get a whole lot of traction. But I think it's a good
Oh
mouse for the
man,
price. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Well, let's. So, how about let's talk about Matrova. Thank you guys so much for coming on the podcast. This is
Yeah,
something
yeah.
really special, and I hope the viewers enjoy it. If you guys have any ideas for other guests, leave comments down below, and I'll try to reach out to people. So, um, which one of you guys wants to take who is Matrova and who are you guys?
Bebe, do you want to do it?
Um,
I think you can
yeah,
do that.
that'll be fine. So we are a mousepad company, and we really strive for like probably one of the top tier, like we that's like our goal is to be one of the top tier mouse pads, because that's just we're like a company that is gamers, that we just want the best out of our pads, and we've seen that we could make really good pads and what people want. So that's really where we kind of started out. And we've with Matrova, he's actually been um, dealing with mouse pads, and he actually has like scientists and everything that specifically focus on the speed and what is optimal with each mouse pad. And so like with the Breeze or the Pink Storm, there's actually specific people in the factory that sit down and put time into each of these pads. And um, we have over 5 years of mousepad like experience. We've like making mouse pads and figuring out exactly how like the stitching works, how the surface feels, what's the best bases that we can use while also not breaking the bank. We're just trying to figure out exactly what is best for the community,
Yeah,
because yeah.
Levi, that was impressive. So you guys have been in business for around 4 years, but Matrova as a brand is
Yeah,
new. It's just you've been selling
yeah.
internally to the Chinese market as an OEM, more or less. I know I got a few custom pads. I didn't know much about you guys before, but yeah,
Yeah.
the CEO of Matrova, as you refer to him, I mean, he's super active on the Discord. You guys are clearly
Hmm.
enthusiasts. So
hmm
what are each of your roles with Matrova?
So I'm the marketing manager, and I also work on a lot of testing and spreadsheets.
Okay.
And Bebe, if you want to
Yep.
explain your,
Uh, my role is kind of all over the place. So if you look at this page right here that you're looking at, and right in the middle, kind of underneath the main screen, I actually made that. Um, and so I do a lot of like graphics works and like tables. And I also answer a bunch of questions. I also run the Reddit.
Oh, there's a Matrova
I
subreddit now?
Yeah, man. Matrova GG on Reddit.
Cool. Okay, I'll join it when I'm actually logged in.
You're good, man.
So are you the Matrova peripherals account?
I am.
Cool. Well, right on. What did you guys know about Matrova prior to joining, and how did Levi like contact you, reach out to you guys?
Um, well, me as a curious person, there is a person on the Discord right now. His name is Alex. He was actually the first person to post a Matrova Breeze and Pink Storm review,
Yeah,
and
I read his.
this is legitimately what happened. I saw the stitching, or not the stitching, but the surface of the breeze, and I said that pad looks amazing. So I went to the site and I saw that all the custom options, and I said, "This is insane! I've never seen a company do this before." So I scoured the internet. I went to their Twitter and everything, and the only place that they had a Discord like link was on their Twitter. So I went to it, I went to the Discord, and I'm actually the first person that posted in the Discord. And after I talked to uh, Levi, he gave me he gave me so much information about the pad, and he was so transparent. I said, "There's no way that this company is fraudulent or anything like that." And I ordered a custom pad, a custom breeze, and I'm actually the first person to order a custom black breeze. And he actually spent a lot of time making it because it was so hard for him to make because he's never made a black breeze. You can actually see on the site that we don't recommend black breezes, but as of right now, we're actually making black breezes. But the thing is it takes longer because of how it has to be created. The surface has to be created.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, and
And the way,
Paradise, how about you?
yeah, the way I found out about it is I've always had this like dream pad in mind, and it was never on the market. So a couple months ago, I was like, dude, you wouldn't believe how many times I was asking for like I want a white customizable Raiden or speed pad along those
Mm-hmm.
lines, and like the last few months have been crazy. So like my friend Astro, he actually sent me a link of Matrova, like the website, and he was like, "Oh, Paradise, this place looks really cool. They've literally got what you're asking for." And then I was like, "Whoa, this is literally exactly what I've been asking for the last few months."
Mm-hmm.
So I messaged Matrova and asked some questions about the pads, like which ones are coated, um, how are you making these for so cheap? Obviously, the typical questions people ask us, and I was genuinely completely blown away with the quality. Like as Beba said, the stitching, the surface, just
Mm-hmm.
exceeded my expectations. So I started talking to Matrova over the next few days, and then the next is history.
Hmm. Yeah, I know. I don't know how I found out about Matrova originally. I think it was actually the Alex's review, not Cosmos.
Yeah,
And then I just randomly he messaged me because I was messaging questions on Reddit chat, and he was like, "Oh, here, just join the Discord." Or no, I was like, I wanted to get some custom pads, and he was like, "Yeah, here's the Discord." And he screenshotted a conversation from Levi, and Levi was like, "What? Somebody wants to order 4 custom pads? Is this a joke?" And so I joined it, and I was like, no, dude." So these are the custom pads that Levi sent me progress photos of. Oh, I should have
yeah.
gone. Um, do I have the original pictures? Well, this top one is actually the Star Wars Battlefront.
You
Oh,
should have
well,
on the pod before.
did I? Okay. Well,
I know I
it's.
found out because you messaged me and I was like, "What the hell is this site? It's like perfect. You
I
can make the
know
exact pad you want.
the
No one else is
Dream
doing
Yeah,
Pad.
this." Yeah,
Yeah, I know. Like
literally a
Yep.
dream pad.
you're using my Wellhout and Smooth Criminal, or you have them right now, and they're 500
I
by
have them.
6.
Yeah,
Yeah, 500 by
amazing.
600. Like, why isn't that more common? Laonda's the only one doing it. So yeah. Anyway, I don't have my pads in yet, so I can't say
Yeah,
definitively. Oh, they're perfect, but take your guys'
Yeah.
word for it.
Yeah.
One thing that I do want to say is like, I'm a like peripheral like enthusiast, and my opinion about like the pads, if the pads weren't good, I wouldn't be here right now. Like honestly,
Yeah, same for me as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
So that's a good transition to this question. What does Matrova do well, and what do you guys see as areas of improvement?
What does he
Um,
do well?
I think I'm
Oh
pretty good at
man,
it.
Or you can even
you're
talk
good.
more
You got it.
as a
Yeah.
brand rather than as a person, whichever you
So
think.
as a brand, we're very innovative. Like every couple of months, we'll have something very game changing that will come out. We have something that will, widen our audience. So like, let's say someone wants, I don't know, a new Xsoft base. We released that with Damascus. Someone wanted a glass pad that you can customize for a good price. We released that, or we're releasing that. So yeah, we make a lot of really like innovative like stuff to like widen our audience. Also, our quality is just like really good. Like the stitching is extremely like well done. It's very thin and it's every single pad, no matter what base you do, it's always below surface. And the quality of the custom pads, they're all handmade, which is why sometimes they'll take
Interesting.
a bit longer to, make, but all the custom pads are handmade.
That's
So we're
crazy.
like, yeah.
I know something that Levi said, because you guys are an OEM. Most of these other companies, whether you buy from like 4114 or um, all these other boutique companies, they're contracting somebody, right?
Yes,
It's
yes.
I mean, probably not too far off from if you or I went to Alibaba and contacted a
Yep.
manufacturer. I mean, yeah, you work to get samples and get the quality right, but you're not the OEM. Levi was saying,
Mhm.
because they're the OEM, if there's any issues or new developments or findings or whatever, that feedback goes right back into production, and there's no,
Yeah,
loss in communication.
yeah. Because we've been a factory for 5 years, we
It's like
basically,
close to 5 years.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. We have that experience to essentially make these pads as good as they can be. And especially with the feedback, as you said, um, if it never gets lost in communication, so we're always improving essentially. And that's most of the reason why the prices are also very low. It's
Hmm.
because that we don't have to raise them because there's no middleman essentially.
Yeah, so
Make it the
those of you
brand.
guys listening, their custom pads start at $30. Um, Prices go up as you get more options and such. Um, but like
Oh
I
yeah,
did
awesome.
the 500 by 500 pads, like for $36, that's already cheaper than what most other companies offer. And then you can go
Yeah.
fully, it's no upcharge for fully custom color or graphic.
Yeah. Also, if you actually want to get like a rubber base, it's actually even cheaper. Like if you click on the
Yeah.
rubber
An
base,
Xsoft
yeah,
rubber.
Xsoft rubber is like significantly cheaper.
Yep.
Oh wow, 20, it starts at
Yeah,
$20. Holy
yeah,
smokes.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and the
You can get
the
custom pads
so
like that too.
our
Wow.
our Xsoft base, the uh PLR, it's really really good. If you go, I don't know if you will, but if you go into our Discord, I just posted a video that Levi uh uploaded, and it's him putting the mouse pad on a wooden door, and it sticks.
Oh, I did that as well. I did that like
Oh,
two
can I
days ago.
show
It
it?
stuck to my wall.
What chat is that in?
It general.
General chat? Okay, yeah, I'll bring that up.
Yeah, I stuck it to my wardrobe as a joke, and I was like, "Wait, why is it sticking? That's not supposed to
Yeah.
happen."
Don't Asher.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I'm not gonna show this on this week's pod, but can I go to Xraypad did a pretty cool demo too. They're also a manufacturer, is my understanding. They did. This is kind of wild too. Now, this is a whiteboard, so it's a little bit cherry picked.
Yeah.
That's nuts, though.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
is that not coming off? That's cool.
That is pretty cool.
So going back to what do you guys see as areas of improvement for the brand?
Um, let's see. Okay, so one thing that we're desperately trying to get done is we are trying to become fully international. So like there are a few countries that we cannot ship to just because of like legal reasons and stuff like that. But if if we continue growing as a company, we would definitely like to become fully international. So everybody can really experience our brand, because there's just I hate that we're having to hold out on a few people. Like on the Reddit, I just posted that we just opened the market up to Australia, and that is phenomenal because I actually used to have a lot of friends in Australia. Um, so that's kind of one thing that we could improve on. Um,
Got another thing as well.
what do you think?
Another thing that we've been working on actually is a new. Can I talk about it, Baba? Do you think?
I don't know. I don't know what you're trying to refer to.
I'll message you it. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh yeah, no, that's
Alright,
completely
yeah.
fine.
All right. So it's with the release of the new glass pad, right?
Yeah, it's going to be
Yeah.
around the
So
release of the new class.
we're actually releasing an entirely new site that one of our team has been working on for us. It looks really cool, and that's been one of the things people have been like, pounding on us for. Like, come on, you gotta make a more like modern site. You gotta quote unquote fix the branding. And once people started asking us about that, we just got to work with it. So that's gonna be fixed soon. So we're gonna have an
Yeah.
entirely new site.
That's interesting. I don't think your site's too bad. But
Yeah.
on another note, what do you guys think about glass pads?
Yeah.
Do you use them
Oh,
yourselves?
Yeah.
I have a glass pad.
Okay. So I used to use hard pads, but I have never picked up a glass pad. So I've used like oh my goodness. What is the Razer hard pad? I forgot what it's called.
Atlas.
I forgot what it's called. Yeah, I think it might have been the
That's like
Atlas
That is a glass pad. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
glass,
No,
yeah.
it
Oh,
was
sorry, the Sphex.
yeah, the Specs. Yeah, that's what it was. I've used that, and then I have another pad over here that was from AliExpress, and then I've used hard pads, but I've never used a glass pad before. And from the videos that Levi has showed us, it's very impressive. There's a whole slew of information on our Discord about it. It's absolutely insane how transparent he is with upcoming releases. Like, it's insane.
Yeah. My history of glass pads, my first ever mouse pad actually was the SteelSeries Ice Mat when I was like really young. It was
Oh
my dad's.
yeah.
That is like ancient. I have a picture of me as a bait, like as like a really young kid, just like playing on my dad's PC with the SteelSeries Ice Mat just there. And then recently, I got him a Razer Atlas, and I was testing that for a while, and that's been really cool. But yeah, those are essentially the two main glass pads I've used. I haven't really used much else, but I'm very excited to see what Matrova does with the Yang speed, because it looks really cool. Like overall,
Absolutely.
the quality of it matches other pads.
Yep. If
It's customizable
it
as well.
Yeah, it will be.
That's crazy.
yeah, well, uh, what we're doing is right now we're actually sending glass pads out, like pre-test glass pads, so like or pre-review,
Release, yeah.
yeah, pre-release, and um letting people talk about it, like, to us on the Discord, and we're really excited for people to receive it.
Yeah, I
That
would love to
this
test that out. I've not used a lot of
Yeah.
glass pads, just a couple sky pads, but I just like there's always this novelty to glass pads that I want to believe it's the best, so I want to
Yeah.
keep trying.
Mhm. One main key point for me about the glass pad is that so I've never owned a glass pad, but if I were to purchase a glass pad, the glass pad is actually 1.5 millimeters thick. So it's not
Really?
very,
Hmm.
yeah, it's 1.5 millimeters. And
Wow.
so
I didn't know that.
it shouldn't hurt your arm if like it say that it's on the edge of a desk or you scoot it off the edge of a desk. It shouldn't bother you as bad as like a 3 millimeter or like 2.5 millimeter or something.
Yeah, Skypad's 4 millimeters, so that's significantly thinner.
Mm-hmm.
If it's like super stable with no give, I guess the feet kind of determine that. That'd be really impressive
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, from that video, it looked like it was a full rubber base beneath it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That's cool. So, how about another question? You guys mentioned spreadsheets earlier. How do
Mhm.
you guys do testing, and what are your thoughts on the bajillion different, very subjective
Oh,
spreadsheets that
this,
are out there?
these. Oh my god. Alright, Beva, do you want to go over
So
the first and then I'll...
yeah, so how our spreadsheet works is that me and Parrot is here. We actually have every single pad, and we actually have done extensive testing, and we've done. I don't think that we have like a diagram, or we haven't released the diagram yet, or the table of it yet, because it's going to be released possibly with the new site. But we spent like, what was it, like four, like 3 or 4 days trying to hone this in, and I'm still working
Yeah.
on the descriptions for the pads, because there's like, I think I'm working on the Scarlet and the Balance X right now, and those are the last two that the descriptions. So it's really difficult to compare our pads to anything else, because there's some pads that are so unique that it's very difficult to compare. Like the Balance X, I've never felt a surface like it, and then the Pink Storm, I've never felt a surface like it. It's the best way that I could explain the Pink Storm is like, if you took the surface of a Razor Strider and you push the texture down into the pad, the the surface has barely any texture to it. It's pretty smooth, just a little bit more textured than the Breeze.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think that from the photos. It looks almost, yeah, it looks like it could be abrasive.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it does.
Yeah.
Okay. What games do you guys play?
you got this, Paradis.
Yeah, I've played a lot throughout the years. Okay, so early on, I mainly started off with Minecraft PvP, like a lot of aim trainer players. So I
Do
was
you have
very
any?
big into that. I was very good at that.
Do you have any YouTube videos that I could pull up?
Yeah, I do. I actually I have some very old like Overwatch montages that actually these aren't very old. I released these this year actually. I've also got a peripheral YouTube channel, but I've only just started posting on it. I will get the actual channel up. Let
Okay.
me get these videos. Let me send you like, I don't know, one of my montages.
Me and Paradis, we've been playing Banana Shooter
Yeah.
here lately.
Yeah, Banana Shooter. This
But
man got me into it.
What is
Banana
that?
Shooter is amazing. It's like just pure aim and just it's just movement. It's so fun.
Yeah, it's
But I
like
mainly play
it's like
Overwatch,
an
yeah.
aim trainer. It's like an
But
aim
a game.
trainer, but a game.
Yeah. I mainly play this, Overwatch, Kovacs, and Aim Beast. I'm very big into aim trainers.
Like, you see how quick the movements are?
yeah,
That's
Yeah.
it's not about the graphics or anything like that. It's all about like the
Just
skill
raw
and the
movement.
movement and the accuracy.
it's an arena. Yeah, arena shooter. This is
Yeah,
cool.
it's really fun. I really wish that more people knew about it because it's a game with a lot of love behind it.
Hmm.
Yeah, I've sent
I'll definitely try this out. Yeah.
the video in the general.
Oh, the videos in the general.
Yeah.
Okay, so you
This
guys.
is from like a couple months ago, yeah.
Oh, nice. Pretty recent then too.
This was before I was actually using a Matrova pad. This is before I even knew
Uh-oh.
what Matrova was. Yeah, This is Equate plus V2 gaming.
Okay. So you've been playing banana shooter. You've been playing Overwatch. Do you do any tac shooters?
Yeah, I actually used to play a lot of CS and Valorant, but I kind of realized afterwards that they just weren't for me because I just like the amount of time it takes to kill someone in these games.
Mhm.
Like I like tracking a lot, so
Yeah, that's where the breeze stands. Uh, it just stands like so good
yeah.
with tracking. It's amazing.
The breeze is probably one of the smoothest like surfaces in general I've ever felt. It's so insane as to how it feels. It literally feels like, let's say, you know how like other speed pads have some texture. Imagine those, but if the texture was just like sucked out of them. And then
Yeah,
the weave we've sent you of the breeze, that was before it's worn in. The way I describe the breeze once it's worn in is it's almost like it's been polished
Hmm. But it's not
and it
coated.
gets faster too. Yeah, no,
Definitely
not
have to
coat at
try
all.
it.
Not coat at all. There's no the
um,
only pad that's coated is the Balance X, and the coating on the
uh,
Balance X is actually infused.
Scarlet is
So,
coated. Scarlet
oh,
is
Scarlet.
coated.
Okay, yeah, both of
Yeah,
those they're just infused.
yeah.
Hmm.
They're not sprayed
Yeah,
like some cheap Amazon pads.
Wait, can you
yeah,
They're
elaborate on that? Because I know with coated
yeah,
pads, durability is a concern.
yeah. So
it's-
with spray coatings, what ends up happening is that because it's sprayed on, they don't last very long. But when you infuse it into the weave, because you obviously won't get that deep, it will actually last a lot longer. And the weave is actually what allows our pads to have the properties they do. We don't rely on the coating. The coating is quite literally just there to, it's just there for waterproof. So,
yeah.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah, I know that was kind of. I didn't even think that was a thing, like infused versus. I just thought all coated pads are going to have durability issues. So if you like
yeah,
them,
no.
buy a new one every 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
no.
actually why the Shirinkai V2 actually lasted quite a while. Because it
Oh.
wasn't actually it was the beads, as you know, they're like embedded into the surface,
Huh.
which
Okay.
is why Artisan was able to get it to last that long.
Wow. So you guys, that was kind of not really news to you guys then.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that happens with pads that we have explanations for, but we're not really going to touch on it. The back to the question though of like gameplay. I play like Hell Let Loose, and I've been playing
Yeah.
Fortnite Ballistic.
Fortnite
Um,
Oh,
Ballistic.
interesting.
yeah,
That's like a CS game type, right?
yeah. It's like CS mixed with Fortnite.
Yeah.
Um, and then what else have I been playing? Uh,
Banana
I'm more
shooter.
of like well, yeah, of course, banana shooter, but I'm pretty much a like like strategy more than like accuracy. So like I like snapping to my targets instead of like tracking them like on Apex. So and I'm actually a speed pad user. And uh, that's just mostly what I use. Um, but I know that we've been talking about the breeze a lot, but the Shadow Hunt is the best control pad that I've ever used, and I have like I have like a few, but it's just comfortable. Like
Mhm.
I feel like the Shadow Hunt is just so comfortable for like the average like consumer because it's like it's I can't even
A
explain it.
pillow.
Like
It's like a
can
pillow.
yeah, like a very comfortable mouse pad to use for everything.
And by pillow, I don't mean like the surface is like inflated or whatever. It just feels like a pillow, like the surface of a pillow,
Hmm.
like a very
Mhm.
comfortable pillow.
Sorry, I'm blown away. Fortnite Ballistic. Is this a mini game within Fortnite?
We talked about this in the podcast.
Oh,
Yeah,
did we?
dude.
Oh.
It's a mini game, but it's ranked. It's ranked like how Valorant and CS is.
Huh.
It's funny because my reaction was, "This is so dumb," and I never even queued into it once. I just kept playing zero build. But
Dude, it's actually fun. It's actually really fun.
I should
I've
try
actually
it
never
out.
played
Yeah.
Fortnite ever. Like I've never played Fortnite.
Huh.
Like I've
I made
never
fun of it
installed
for
it or loaded it
years,
up.
and here I am. It's my main game now. So
Yeah. I don't know.
I
I
was
gotta
considering
do.
trying Frag Punk recently, but I don't
Oh,
know.
I want to try
I tend
that.
to stray away from anything that's like tactics shooter, but you can ADS in that game, so maybe I'll.
Oh yeah, and Battlefield, like I'm a huge fan of Battlefield. I've been wanting to play the finals.
Yeah.
Because the finals is like an offshoot of like the creators of Battlefield.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Huh.
I tried the beta, but their team deathmatch mode is appealing. I've been debating trying that too.
Yeah, I want to try the finals. Yeah, my main game are Battlefield games, so I haven't tried Hell
Mm.
Let Loose. That one is. Have you guys heard of Hell Let Loose?
I've
Yeah.
heard of it. I considered buying it on Steam like 100 times.
It is if you want a World War II simulator, everybody like typically people stay in character and the character is a World War II like person. Like
You cannot believe the things I heard this man saying when he's playing it in briefly.
yeah. I'm like hit the deck because someone just like threw like a grenade or um okay, so I guess I can give you kind of a like an example. So I was a gunman and I had a point man running in front of me and he was like kind of like guiding me where I needed to go. And so he jumps down in a foxhole and I watch him jump down in there and whenever he jumped down in there, he just got vaporized by a landmine. Like actually vaporized. And I was like, "No, not my point man."
That's hilarious.
But
I
yeah.
wouldn't have thought that. So, is there proximity-based voice chat like BattleBit?
Yeah, I love BattleBit. I
That's
wish that it was still active.
Oh wow, it was a one-hit wonder, kind of a fad, then it died, huh?
Mm-hmm.
The game was
Yeah.
so fun. Yeah.
It was.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on to another question. Oh, here's one. Earlier you mentioned like there's a ton of things about mouse pads that you guys just don't share. We were talking about infused coatings. Is there anything you've learned about mouse pads that you wish more people understood, whether it's about manufacturing processes or about marketing or about the business
Business
side?
side. Yeah.
I think more people should know about how the compound of bases affects this, like the grip of the desk, and the compound as far as like the X firm and like soft and mid. Like I wish that more people could understand like the surface plays a big part in like the movement of your mouse, but also the base is like it also works together with the surface. It's very 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 important
Yeah.
what base that you choose with a surface. There's like
That's
a
not
whole
much,
set
though.
that yeah, there's like a whole section on our site
Yeah.
where it talks about like what mouse pad to choose and what surface, what base, and everything.
Something that people don't actually know is that when you go for a more soft base, like you go to like a X soft, it actually begins to mute the texture of a pad. When you go to a more firm base, it actually lets the texture, go for a bit more, which I wish a lot of people knew about. A lot more people knew about, because what most people just think what X soft and firm is just like, oh, how plushy it is. But it's just not that. There's a lot more that goes into it,
That
which
makes
is why
sense.
we've been focusing a lot more on bases,
Mm-hmm.
so everyone can get what they want.
Yeah. What's this Damascus one? That looks
Oh,
wild.
that was what we recently released a couple months, like a month ago, was it, Bubba?
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
we're waiting for it to restock right now
yeah.
because
Got
it's actually one of our most special bases.
yeah.
Like it's
I remember.
like that picture is exactly how it looks.
I remember
Wow.
the day I uploaded it on TikTok on the marketing account. Everyone in the comments was talking about it, and then when I checked the next day, it was sold out.
Huh.
Because like I think
That's awesome.
TikTok is like really interested in that design, I think.
Is it
So
gimmicky
yeah.
or does this actually have some sort of performance
Um, it's like a
infusion?
slightly firmer Xsoft from our PLR.
Yeah.
So it's
Okay.
like an in-between.
Is it
And
like
it's got
super
like
grippy? It looks like it could be.
yeah,
It's
probably.
it has the same it has like almost the same exact grip
Yeah.
as RPU.
Yeah, which is like one of my grippiest bases.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's sweet, dude. I would like to see a pad with that design just straight up on the front, you know?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I've actually
customer
been
service.
I've been talking to him about it.
That'd be sweet, dude. Just go like full
Hmm.
in the Damascus pad and then figure out what surface you want to use and everything, but it
Yeah,
features this and the artwork. Because I
Yeah.
do think the custom, I don't know, maybe regarding something that Matrova could do differently is have artwork. Like maybe you could have a lineup of this is your core products, but then you have one that has specialized artwork for the anime
Yeah.
fanboys.
We've been experimenting with that with the Yang Speed because
That's
that
right.
actually has artwork. Yeah.
Yeah. What's the story of the Yang Speed? Like the artwork with that, do you know?
Oh,
Uh,
do you
so
want yeah.
so actually the way the Yang Speed like artwork is that it is not a solo pad. Is actually a counterpart. So the yin and yang. We
Oh,
we're
Yeah.
we're under development right now for a control glass pad that will be the counterpart.
Yeah.
that's cool. That's cool branding,
Yeah.
dude. The yin and the yang.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yep. And it's actually going to be a black pad with the character being
White.
white instead.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I like that. Okay. What do you
Um,
guys? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no. One thing is that the way that Paradis was explaining it earlier, that we're always innovating and everything. Whenever he means by innovating, we have like pads that are under construction right now that could be like we could be having like 10 different pads right now that are in the lab. Like no joke.
That's crazy. I wonder if that's like a normal thing for a company or not. Probably
I don't
not,
I
unless
don't
you're a
know.
manufacturer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, again, it comes back to, are they an OEM versus is it just
Hmm.
yeah, somebody independently taking test samples. Like I didn't even mention what I have on my desk, but I have a Cooler Master MM712, nothing too interesting. But I have an EmberEdge KX100. This is not a very well-known pad. It was made by a YouTuber, and I was messaging him on Reddit. I don't think it sold super well. I actually got a review unit from Amazon Vine, and I was asking him about it because, I mean, he's like the owner. They have to pay money to have things seeded to Amazon Vine, and
Uh,
he said that on Amazon, while it will sell a lot, you basically have to pay to have a sponsored listing for it to sell like at all. Otherwise, you get down to the second or third page of results, and nobody clicks on that. But
oh
he
man.
said he
That
had
sucks.
tons of samples. He showed me a picture. He had a stack of pads like this tall, and they were all different samples until he landed on what he wanted. And the pad is like the unique thing about it is that it's a like 600 by 470, so it's decently big, and it's like a softer, less like the texture smushed as you described of a aqua control pad,
Oh
X-ray pad.
wow.
So
Oh,
it's like a decent pad, but
That seems pretty cool.
you know, he had to go through literally probably like 30 or 40 pads before he landed on what he liked. And quite frankly, the texturing, it's nice. I don't think it's like insanely special, but I guess that just speaks to how much development goes into something that seemingly is
Yeah.
maybe not that interesting.
right.
Yeah. I was
That's
gonna
crazy.
go on to another. Yeah, the Ember. Wait, can I actually look at it? EmberEdge KX100. Yeah, this is his website. He's a
Oh
YouTuber.
yeah, I've seen this before. Yeah, I remember this.
Okay, so it looks more textured here, but it's like very muted. And he's a YouTuber. I think he does Minecraft videos. He has like 200,000 subscribers. I don't know. I don't
Oh,
get the impression that this was a big success for him.
Oh man,
Who is
that's
the
depressing.
YouTuber? Because I was in the PvP con for a while. I might actually know who he is. Not as like might know like his channel maybe.
It was Toasty something, I think. I don't know.
Like I don't know who that is. Especially the pad.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Or pancakes? Patty Cakes Gaming. Toasty
What a
Patty
name.
Cakes. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I did want to
oh,
go on to
Destiny.
the next question. Oh yeah, I just gotta try that game still.
Eh,
Oh, two dead
Maybe not
Destiny.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys see as the future of mouse pads? And I'm gonna bring up the clickbait Final Mouse Horizon pad.
Oh my god.
Yeah. No.
So if you guys don't, for those listening in, the
Yeah.
Final Mouse Horizon pad, this was announced what, a month or two ago, and it's a glass pad wrapped in a cloth surface.
Yeah, I don't know how My main concern with that is just how long that will last, but and maybe they'll work something out.
hmm
Yeah, maybe they'll work something out.
Yeah, it is
But
interesting. I mean, Final Mouse does push what we think does push the industry forward for better or for worse.
yeah,
You mentioned Branded Tier that the base matters a ton. I mean, this is gonna feel, I think, rather unique in the industry because there is no give at all, depending on what
Mm,
this weave is
yeah.
like.
you get a silicone base, and it would feel about like that.
Think
It would be
so?
very close. Definitely.
Actually,
Like the gecko?
We
yeah,
no, harder than that. I'm not going to elaborate, but uh Levi can elaborate because he comes on streaming probably once a week and he shows some stuff at the factory. He actually
Oh,
shows some like pre-release stuff at the factory. Maybe like once every 2 weeks, not every single week. But yeah, you
yeah,
can there are bases that you can roll up that are very very close to glass
yeah,
that are like silicone.
hmm,
yeah. I think that what the industry is kind of moving more towards is honestly firmware pads because with the release of glass, I honestly see a lot of people in like a lot of Discord servers just saying that soft pads are stupid, which I don't think they are, but I think as well as this release, I honestly think the industry is moving more towards firmware pads. Which is why a lot of more companies are releasing these like silicon, these like harder pads, or like a lot more glass pads actually. I think that's what kind of
Hmm.
what started this like firmer, renaissance, I guess.
Yeah, glass pads are very, very popular right now amongst the community. Matter of fact, we have probably about 6 different people in our Discord right now that only use glass pads, and they've
Yeah,
only used glass pads the whole entire time that they've had a FPS career.
yeah.
yeah,
Huh. Yeah, I don't know. Glass is like not super interesting to me because I just hate having
yeah,
to keep it clean and I hate wearing an arm sleeve.
yeah.
Hmm.
But I did. Who said this? I think I said this to you, Daz. If your glass pads, if you think it's hard to aim on, it's just because you haven't developed like good mouse control. Which
Hmm.
I think a
Seems to be
bit.
the consensus, yeah.
Yeah, I think a bit
Whenever I bring up glass pads
inflammatory.
too, you're just like, nah, I'm not interested. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'll go with that.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's
The
okay.
cost is another thing too.
I also feel like it also just might be dependent on your game as well. Like, I don't know, most people
Yeah.
can't really, most people just aren't willing to, risk using a glass pad in Valorant and just overflick everything.
Yeah.
Um,
I
but
I think the whale kind of started the glass pad like trend. I think that
Hmm.
he
yeah,
kind of kicked it off a little bit.
What, he has a glass pad?
Yeah, it's got that art on
Yeah.
it. Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
yeah.
boards videos. I don't remember what it's called. Glaze.
Oh, the
This is
glaze. That's right.
the reason we've also been we've also been working a lot on our thermal pads is because of that. Like we have the X firm that's released with the Breeze,
Hmm.
and it's gonna release a bit later on, maybe for custom pads.
It depends on
Um,
how much
yeah,
traction it gets. That's
yeah,
really about it. If people start coming into the Discord asking like specifically for it or anything like that, like a lot of people, then we're probably gonna put it in the custom. Just
yeah,
it just depends on how much traction it gets
yeah.
because we put it on the Breeze so we could test out and see how many people were interested in it.
A lot.
And
Yeah,
that table isn't up to date, by the way. We're
yeah,
working
no,
on the website right
yeah,
now.
yeah. If you actually click on the 49 by 420, the for XRM is you can actually buy it. Yeah,
Oh, look at that one in
yeah,
stock.
Yep.
yeah. It got. I'm telling you, man. When people want something, they just go at it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool that the size increase is only $2 difference. I know
Yeah,
Hmm.
Linus Tech Tips, they have their mouse pads that they're not anything super enthusiast, but he was like, once you pay to have something shipped, the size is really a negligible cost difference. And he's like, when you see desk pads that are like 2x the price of a normal mouse pad, he's like, they're just making a ton of margin.
Mm.
Yeah.
I will comment on that. So, shipping rates to different areas change. In the EU, it's it's very, very manageable. But once you start getting out of the EU, it becomes a little bit more taxing on what the rates are going to be and stuff like that. But there's something on the site that you guys can look at. I don't know if you can find it right now or not, but we actually have a tube. It is the biggest tube that I've ever seen for a mouse pad, and
yeah.
it is very loosely rolled. So the reason why Levi even developed a tube is this is literally the reason. It's so he can save money for everybody. That is his number one thing, is that he wants to be able to give people the opportunity to have a very amazing mouse pad while not breaking yourself to just get one mouse pad.
Yeah.
He really, really cares about the mouse pad community, like, a lot. Like, I've talked to him, like, personally for like hours, and he really cares, like, a lot. And it's I don't know, it's so hard to explain. He's just a good guy. Like,
Mhm.
I'm not trying to glaze Levi or anything, but at the same time, he's a really good person.
Yeah.
I didn't see you guys have like a couple blog posts too. Did either of you write these?
No, he did.
Hmm.
I think he actually maybe hired someone to do it. I'm not 100% sure about that.
Yeah. I know when I did like a little interview with him in Paradise, he talked about like Matrova isn't really making a ton of money. He's like, that's not really the point of the business right now. He's just trying to grow a Western market. And obviously there still is the rest of the company that's, selling within China or whatever. But he just really wanted to share good quality pads at good prices with the world.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's respectable, dude.
Yep.
Okay, so future pads being glass, I think that's interesting. How about you think so Matrova does a lot of customization. What about customized glass pads?
That's something that
Yeah.
we're considering. If we can get to that, like, I feel like there's just hurdles that we have to get over,
Yeah.
and if we can reach that hurdle and finally get over it, we definitely want to be able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Oh, okay. This here's where will things get unhinged? I don't know. We're 45 minutes in already. What do you guys
Wow.
do?
Holy.
What do you guys do outside of like mouse pads and mice? What do you do for work or studies or anything you want to share?
I won't really talk about my RRL job or anything like that. Um, but I will say this, I have been a skateboarder for like close to 18 years.
Huh.
Yep,
Like paid. Like that's your job.
no,
Oh,
like
okay.
like
Okay.
as a hobby. No.
Gotcha.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Yeah, Tony Hawk up in here.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I know,
totally.
right? Huh.
Yeah. I'm in college right now. I'm basically just working on that. I'm doing a LIT course. I have to actually present a whole VR game at an expo on Tuesday that I've been working on.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yep,
You've
very
been
nice.
And
developing
to like
that?
to like 60 people.
Huh.
They're
That,
all coming from the college and stuff. It's gonna be a bit. But I think I'll do well. But yeah.
huh. What's the game like? Is it a shooter?
Um, it's like an open world like adventure game basically with like a snowy kind of map. I wish I could open it right now and show you guys, but it would literally take like 50 minutes just to upload because the size of the game is like 30 gigabytes in Unity.
Yeah.
Oh my
In
goodness.
Unity. Okay. That's
Yeah.
cool. So are you going to school right now for like a game development type career?
No, in my college we just have that course, and in the second year of the course you make a game. First year we made a website. Second year we made the game. So yeah.
That's cool. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm a mechanical engineer, so I had a few like design classes. So sophomore design lab, I made this like RC tank that shot airsoft BBs. It was really
Yeah.
funny. It was inspired by like in school, you can take apart a mechanical pencil
Yeah,
array
yeah,
with a rubber band, and you put airsoft BBs in. You can slap
yeah.
shot them at people. So I made that. And that was fun. And we actually had like two foreign exchange students in our group, so we were the only group with like we had like 6 people. Every other group was like 3 or 4. So because of that, we had to do like double the amount of work. So I made the tank portion, and then the other group made this target that wherever the BB hit, it would give you a different score and count that. That was cool. That was
Oh,
Yeah.
like
that's cool.
mechatronics class, and then like my senior design project was a mechanical device that converts wave energy, like the oscillating motion of waves and tides, into electrical energy. They're pretty well established. There's tons of tidal generators around the world. This was a guy who had like some widget that it was basically this gearbox that no matter which way you turned the input shaft, the output shaft would spin the same direction. So he was basically trying to throwing this over the wall to a university, like finding me a way that this can be an application to make money on this. And
Hmm.
the project was pretty terrible, but we learned a lot. Yeah.
That's
Oh
cool.
man.
Okay. Can you tease any future products or like collaborations in 2025?
Oh, I can't. I can actually. You know the. Let me message this back actually.
Ooh.
Let's see.
All right. Confirm if I can share that.
Um,
Well, you guys have the yin and the yang. Are we expecting the yin in 2025?
Yeah.
maybe
yeah.
sooner.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, in 2025, yes.
Yeah.
I was stuck in 2024 apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I share that, Beba?
Mm, say it's a possibility.
Okay. So, as you know, we've been sending a lot of pads to reviewers, and those reviews will release soon. One of which is AimAdapt, and we've been discussing a possible collaboration with him
Hmm.
for a pad. So yeah,
Mhm.
I'm not going to go into the details of what that is, but remember, we've got that collab coming up, maybe
Mhm.
if that ends up happening.
Um,
And his review and a lot of other reviews will release soon. So yeah,
Yeah.
Also, we can't really like give specifics about like releases or anything like that.
yeah,
But I will say that in the Discord, um Matrova Levi, he does like open up a lot about the stuff that he is working on.
Mm-hmm.
Like some like one day he'll just literally post a picture of a mouse pad that he's working on,
Mm-hmm.
and we're just like, what is that? He's like, oh, it's something that I'm working on. It's like, okay.
Good
yeah,
times.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like the base picture stuck to the door, you know?
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah. Your guys' Discord is very active and very interesting.
yeah.
Yeah.
We've got a very friendly community. I'd like to say we're very
Yeah.
And you have some people who are just absolutely what's the Vixen guy is absolutely nuts.
Oh yeah, Vexen. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Vexen. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
he's actually the person who gave us the idea for the X fan base.
Yeah. He so with him he participated in one of our it was a giveaway for a tournament, and he actually won the tournament, and I think that he actually gave his position away to the person below, so everything just moved down. And then he
Yeah,
said he was going to be getting a glass pad, but we moved everybody down and gave those guys glass pads. And then with him, all he said is, "Hey, can you just send me a breeze with a developed X firm base?" And
Mm-hmm.
that's what we
yeah,
sent him instead.
yep. So yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty nuts. That's
Yeah.
cool. How about I guess this is the last question I have then is there anything else you guys wanted to share with the community, and how can people contact you with questions?
Man, We have the Reddit, we have Twitter, we have emails. So it
as well.
yeah, like you can the Discord, just pretty much any way that like the mainstream media you can connect with us on there. But one main thing is that if you have issues with like your delivery or anything like that, you can start a ticket on the Discord, or you can email us directly from the email on the website. Because we actually have someone working there that can like try to figure out exactly what's up with your mouse pad. Say that something happens to your mouse pad and there's a printing issue with a custom. One thing that we really strive for is the communication between you, the customer, and us, and we explain exactly what happened. If there's like any weird colors or anything like that, whenever a mess up happens, we actually completely start over. Like after the stitching it gets done and everything, we press it, and if it's messed up, we just start completely over. Base, stitching, surface, everything. And that's just to keep, everything
Quality.
consecutive.
Cool. Okay.
But yeah.
Well then, you guys heard it from them. Join the Discord. I'll put the link in the I'll share a link in the description. It's very active, and they have some really cool people there who are willing to help you out if you have any questions about Matrova pads, about other things in general. And with that, thank you guys really for your time so much, for coming on, for waking up at for us at
Yeah.
6 a.m. Dude, Brandon
5
tier
a.m. for Brand-
5
yeah.
a.m.
Oh my
Staying
gosh,
up
I was
till-
Oh,
thinking
dude,
about
I
it.
haven't slept, bro. I haven't slept, but I push myself. Also, I work a night shift job, so it was a little bit easier. It was only 3 hours away.
Yeah. Could I actually go through some of the weaves? Actually, I'd actually really like to, like,
Oh yeah, the weaves.
yeah. Can I actually go
sure.
through like what each
yeah.
of the weaves, like, what they do?
Sure. Do you want me to just go to the catalog page?
Yeah. No, the stuff we sent in the Discord. Should I just screen share that and then it'll just,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll be.
You're good if you can't.
you're good. Yeah. You can just do the website if you don't know. Website's fine enough, honestly.
Try screen sharing. I want to see what it
Yeah.
looks like on OBS.
This is what I mean when I say the breeze is like really, really smooth. You can quite literally see there's like a complete absence of texture.
Yeah.
It's
It
very
literally looks
uniform.
like the texture's been sucked out of it.
I would make that my
Yes.
computer background, honestly. That it's so pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're almost shiny, like it's
Yeah.
like
Exactly. Yeah.
plastic fibers.
Yeah. Yep. And then here's the pink storm. Just how we were talking about the textures kind of been pushed in. You see how flat this looks?
It does.
Like it looks very flat.
Like
And
it was
that's because
painted.
Yeah.
the pad itself is probably the firmest out of all our pads, just by default in stock. Like it literally feels like it's probably the closest thing we have right now to the firmness of a glass pad currently. If we ever bring
surface.
X firm, yeah. If no, the actual like firmness of it, in my opinion. Like if we ever bring X firm to the Pink Storm, I honestly think this thing might actually like, dude, it's gonna be so firm. I'm telling you.
Unique experience. Yeah.
And then if this rascal likes to, yeah, there we go. Here's the rascal. Now the rascal, you can kind of see the texture fibers. They
It
sort of
looks
go
soft.
up. Yeah, it is very soft. Yeah, the fibers of the texture actually go upwards, and that's because with the Scala and the rascal, you can see they go upwards. But when you go on the x-axis, this pad's actually a lot smoother. So yeah,
Hmm.
on the x-axis, these two are basically the Scarlet more so. The y-axis is a lot more texture controlled than the x. The Rascal doesn't really have that same thing, but this is obviously it's because they are made for games like Valorant and CS. The Shadow Hunt, if it wants to, there you go. The Shadow Hunt is very like, it's very, very like, I don't know how to describe it. Have you guys ever used a Type 99?
Yes.
Yeah, so imagine a Type 99, but it's faster in the dynamic, and it's got a little bit more texture, as you can see in between each weave.
It sounds
So
like a
yeah,
very usable control pad then.
yeah,
Type
Very
99's a bit too
comfortable.
slow for me. Yeah.
yeah.
It's so
And the
comfortable.
Violet
Oh my goodness.
Mist. The Violet Mist, I'd honestly, the closest thing I could honestly, it's honestly, people have been comparing the Violet Mist to the Kia E3 and the Otsu, like if they had like a baby.
Hmm.
That's kind of what people have. I don't know how to describe it because the Otsu has a different X and Y from what I hear. But the thing is, the I didn't mean to mute. It's got like the texture of what like an Otsu type pad, but it's got the consistency of a Kia E3. I haven't used it much because the braids have just been stuck on my desk, but from what I've used of it, it's extremely consistent. Like you could even see in the weave, like each fiber and each thread is like the exact same size,
Hmm.
sort of making the actual feeling of the surface be pretty identical all over the whole surface.
Are you
But yeah,
guys gonna put these pictures on the website?
Yes.
yeah. We'll replace the old ones with this basically. With the
Show
new
them the
size.
Balance X if you have it. This
Oh,
is the
yeah.
Balance X is the most unique that I've ever seen in a weave. Do you have it?
Yeah. I have to close the screenshot. Hold on, let me go to the mod channel. I
Yeah.
think I'm surprised I didn't show it with the. Hold on.
You guys are it's
It's very
so crazy.
Can you actually see the infused coating?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's weird.
It's very. It looks
I've
like.
never
Is it
seen
sent?
something like
Yeah,
that.
it's sent. Okay, here we go. Here we go. So here's the balance X. Yeah. So
Oh,
the balance
whoa,
X is
yeah.
really crazy. So you know how I said that if this potentially wears out, which it won't for like a very long time because obviously it's infused. The weave itself is actually what creates the properties. It's not just that. Like you can see
The
for yourself.
surface, it's just not
Yeah,
the
the
surface
surface.
that's sprayed or anything. It's like if you can actually look and there's like lines that squiggle on the top, but then at the very base of it, it's like there's a sub base underneath that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. It looks like the fibers are sitting proud from the.
Yeah.
Remember I mentioned the Damascus pad? This is almost that
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
vibe up close. So,
Yeah.
Hmm.
was there development into like the Balance X uncoated without that infused coating? Like, would you guys sell
It
just that woven pad?
it comes like it comes on it comes standard on it. We would have to like figure out how to not do it because it's actually
Yeah.
like part of the weave itself,
Yeah.
the way that it's
Interesting.
made. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's essentially designed so that when it wears out, it won't change in terms of properties too much,
Hmm.
but because it's essentially mainly used for waterproof, essentially,
Hmm.
like waterproof. Um,
It will not
yeah,
waterproof. It's actually for the durability that
yeah, durability, and yeah,
from what Levi told us is it's specifically that the water protection is just an extra benefit, but
yeah,
it's supposed to improve the durability of the pad.
Hmm.
yeah,
Like even compared to a normal old cloth pad.
yeah.
Correct.
What
Huh.
I would compare the Balance X to in terms of properties, have you ever used a Zero?
Yeah.
The only reason I'm mentioning ours and pads because the easiest thing to compare these pads to
Oh,
because
of course.
they're the big Um, it's essentially almost like if you took the abrasiveness from the Zero mids and then you sort of like you kind of upscaled it by like 5% and then injected it into the injected it into the texture and then you made the Zero and the dynamic slightly faster.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
Sounds
So
like
that's
wild.
something I would
essentially
try.
how the Balance
Yeah.
X feels. Yeah.
That's really wild. Yeah. Yeah, this would be really cool to share on your website. Even
Yeah.
on like r/mousepad review. This is nobody has really shown
But yeah.
something like that. Huh. All right.
Yeah, I used to take weave pictures a lot, like of all my pads. So when I got these pictures, I was like, whoa, that's actually
Hmm.
crazy.
And I actually sent those through to everybody.
Yep.
Sweet.
Yep.
Okay.
Well,
I think that. Yeah. Thank you for reminding me to do that part.
Yeah.
Because we
Yeah,
talked
you're
about
welcome.
that. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, guys, if you guys are interested in Matrova pads, check out their website, check out their Discord. If you're not interested in Matrova pads. Stick around. We're gonna be talking about gaming mouse news
Yeah.
and do our usual Reddit recap. So with that, thank you guys so
Yeah.
much, really,
Oh yeah.
for
You're welcome,
joining.
Hey, no problem.
Yeah,
And
time flew by.
yeah,
Yeah, that was how long was it? That was like 50 an hour, something like that.
hour and 5 minutes we're in.
Whoa, what the heck? That's crazy. God
Yeah.
damn.
Well, we won't keep you any longer. You can.
Yeah, yeah. If you guys,
We'll
if
see
you
you,
guys
man.
want to stick around, you can. If you want to head out, yeah, you guys will see this uploaded later today.
Yeah. All right,
All
see you,
right.
man. Have a
See you,
good one
man.
with the rest of the
Appreciate
podcast.
it.
Cool. Thank you
Thanks, dude.
guys. Take care.
See you, bye.
Let's do some mouse news. First thing is the Pulsar TenZ Signature Edition mouse. What? What is this? This was posted just yesterday, wasn't it? So
Yeah,
TenZ
it was.
TenZ has had like a secret mouse under development that he announced maybe several months ago that he was like totally changing directions with not with the mouse but with like whoever he would be working with. I think he was trying to like develop something himself and instead it switched to a partnership with Pulsar, which is not a partnership I had on my 2025 collab bingo card.
I did. When we talked about it, I thought it was Pulsar.
You
You
so
were
you
skeptical. I
yeah
think.
yeah you mentioned it, but what was your gave you that hunch?
It just looked like a Pulsar mouse. I don't
Mm,
know. The side view just looked like sort of like an X2H. This looks like an S2 and an X2H
it
had like a
does.
baby to me.
Yeah, it was in that stream video. He had it like covered. He like showed the side
Hmm.
view. Yep.
Yeah.
So specs. Let's go to 47 grams, 3950 sensor. They're XS1 Pulsar optical switches. So these are the not Omron opticals. Motion sync. Yep, perfect for claw grip.
Did you watch Boardsy's review or quick
I
take on it?
haven't. I haven't.
So it's like super high hump, like
Yes.
Inca level high hump. Like it's above an X2H, but
'Cause
it's a little bit further forward, but it's gonna lock you into like a class of some sort. So
He says he does a palm claw. I'll bring up
Mhm.
the stream. He actually did an unboxing
So just
on
like that.
stream.
And then on the side.
yeah, for some background, his original mouse he like took pre-orders for and it was like insanely expensive. And
That's
then
right.
it like flopped and he had to refund everybody and yeah, it was weird.
So this isn't on ELO shapes yet, but it's 120 millimeters long, which is kind of on the like small medium size scale, right?
You're right in the middle, right? Yeah.
Yeah. But then it's 40.5 millimeters tall. Like you said, it's tall. It's got a huge.
Yeah, Boardsy
booty.
said he'd recommend it for medium to large hands just because the hump is so prevalent.
Okay. He does
So.
mention on the stream other sizes. As of right now, no plans. If it sells well, though, then they'll explore collab colorways, different colorways, different sizes, which makes sense. I mean, the X2H and X2 are only available in size 1 and 2. There is no even size 3, but you get that with the X Elite. He mentions April 14th is the official release date. Releases at $130. Yeah, I should probably skip forward here where he actually gets to the holding the darn mouse. He talks about it comes with like a goofy little player card. He kind of jokes it's like weird having your face on like the box of a mouse, but at the same time he's been part of this development for so long, so he's just like really happy that it's come to fruition. It does come with UHWM dot skates, ultra high molecular weight, polyethylene, I believe. So it's like a firmer. There you go. They're like a firmer skate. It's not going to be as soft as a Teflon, so I'm guessing they're going to be speedier. He doesn't talk about speed though.
Interesting. Pulsar, it's always annoyed me that they give you like zero goodies with their mice. It's just the mouse, the dongle, and the
Yeah.
cable. Like,
Yeah. Beast WLMOUSE does a good job with that. And
Yeah.
especially when you're a premium brand, like releasing at $149.99 versus $159.99 isn't a big difference, but that allows you to throw in a bunch of goodies and have that value add like what
Mhm.
Five Guys Burgers and Fries famously does. They throw extra fries in the bag that are totally accounted for in their cost calculations, but it makes you think you're getting more than you paid for.
Yes.
He mentioned it'll be under constant production. This is not a limited release. And he said something really exciting is it might be sold on Best Buy's website. So that's interesting. If he says it's not like 100% confirmed. We know Micro Center carries Pulsar, but to have some mainstream retailers, that's pretty incredible.
Apparently, Micro Center also carries endgame gear as of this week.
Yeah, we
Someone
saw
posted.
that. We saw that
Yeah.
in the yeah, dude, they got like 500 upvotes too. I have that in
Yeah,
Reddit
it's awesome.
recap. So the TenZ mouse, are you picking one up? Are you reaching
No.
out to your buddies now that you're an X2F Pro reviewer?
That one was weird because I had reached out to Pulsar before and I didn't get much back. And then I signed up for the X2F and there was zero communication until I got shipping information. So
Yeah.
I don't really have the contact.
Okay.
I would love to test it because I like the X2A shape. And this is similar-ish in that it's high hump, but
Yeah. Yeah,
I won't be
somebody
buying one for full price. No.
same. If it came in a unique colorway, I would consider it. If this comes to Micro Center, I might wait for an open box. I'm rather interested. I'm with you. I love the X2H.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my only complaint with the X2H is the clicks, ratio opticals, man. And this fixes that. And also the weight could be improved in 2025, and they did that with this. 47 grams, no holes at all, big, fat, meaty skates. I'll take it. Okay. Next topic. AliExpress 15th anniversary sale. I spent a lot of money, dude.
You did. Holy crap.
I really did, but that's okay. I was kind of expecting this. Maybe I'm playing on tariff fear mongering that I can actually resell some of the stuff if I don't like it. Anyway, AliExpress, guys, up until through March 27th, they are doing their 15th anniversary sale. I'll go to AliExpress, which is they have two big sales each. They have big sales every month, but the two biggest are their anniversary sale and I'll search gaming mouse and their Black Friday sale where you'll have the biggest coupons. So the coupon codes are like, I don't know, let's click on one. They average out, they're basically spend more, save more, but they average out to being like 15 to 18% off. Yeah. So that's nice, but then also items themselves are actually on sale. If we search like gaming mouse, actually I'll just go back to this. So here are some deals I highlighted. I released a YouTube video because AliExpress or Rakuten was doing 20% cash back, and there still are other AliExpress. There are other cashback websites. I like Rakuten. I think you do too, right?
Oh yeah.
Top
Especially
cash.
when my 20% orders get canceled and refunded and I lose my 20%.
No, did they?
Yeah, so that was the whole deal with the I ordered the R6 and on AliExpress. They Amazon shipped me an AJ159, which was the mouse I thought just appeared out of nowhere because why the heck would that come from Amazon, an AliExpress order?
Yeah.
And now they're refunding it, attempting to make me pay for shipping, and then I lose the Rakuten cashback. So
That's bad.
I will not be paying for shipping. I will go through as much customer service as possible. I'm not paying for their mistake.
Yep, 100%.
Anyway,
that's a bummer. But what else?
Yeah.
What else did you order?
M7.
Okay.
I eventually went for the James donkey.
Okay.
I'd make a donkey sound if I could, and then
Aw.
okay, I did actually end up buying. Yeah, he told me about the Aula you had, and then I was like, nah, I'm not interested. And then I bought the Aula 68 HE for like it was like $30 on like a super deal with, or like an early bird special with coupon codes. So I couldn't pass it
Their
up.
Win 68, right?
The Win 68 HE Max, yeah, the top one.
Okay. Very nice. Wow, $30. That's good with the topographic keycaps.
Yeah, I couldn't pass that up. Yeah.
I have a review unit of it. Pretty impressive for an Aula product. It has less flex. Like the thing is friggin' solid. It's heavy too. I posted a picture to our Discord. It's like 650 grams. It's heavy. And the keycaps, they use this really fat box switch that is quite stable when
I
you're
saw
trying
that.
to wiggle. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
each version is different. Do you know which one you have? Because there's different switch in each of the three. There's like a standard of whatever the heck and then a max.
Oh gosh, dang
Oh
it.
my gosh.
Can I not open? You know, talk for a second, bear with me. I will pull it up what I got. How much did you
I mean, as far as the AliExpress goes, the sale in general, I'd wanted to buy more, but like every time you posted like this, I was like, well, I have 7 of these 8 mice. I don't really want the other ones. Like, I kept checking for deals. The daily shakes have been weird this time. They seem to be basically giving you like slightly better versions of the coupons that you get like $8 off of 49 instead of the $59 standard coupon. I haven't had any like really good you get this mouse for $5 things pop off. Like that was happening in the previous sale. So
Yep. So, I got the. I'll show you what I got. This is what I got. It's their like
Okay.
standard version, but I'm
Yep.
sure the case and everything is the same. The switches I got were branded. They were branded Leobog.
Okay.
I don't really know too much about Leobog.
I don't. Yeah.
Okay. Well, anywho, I want to show my haul. I don't want to spend too much time on this topic because I think you guys just got to go to the website and just say for yourself if the prices are good. The cash back was really what was king here. So I'll show my haul, which was just nuts. Again, I spent way too much money. Don't be like me. Open a new tab. There we go. Okay. So I got. Well, first of all, I got suckered into a coupon code that was $100 off $500. So I just went for some high ticket items that I figure I'm going to try out and then resell if I don't want. So all these prices are before cash back. The Royal Clutch M30 were interested in this. It looks like a Sora V2. I got the super cheap one with the 3311. And if I like the shape, then maybe I'll get one of the nicer ones. But this is all before cash back. So WLMOUSE Strider, after 20% cash back, this is going to be like a $90 brand new Strider. I went for the gold. I chose G7 because my other one got canceled, but like $10 after cash back. Heck yeah. My Ying still hasn't shipped. Yeah.
okay.
This I'm actually not even that super interested in. I just really like Omron's, and I don't have an OP1 shape, so sure, why not? After
Do
cash
they-
back, I'll be able to flip it and not lose money.
So does your coupon code stick if this order doesn't ship?
They like itemize it, so the coupon code was 100 off of
It's spread
500.
across like
It's
all
spread
of the.
across. It basically
Yes.
counted as a percent back, percent off.
Okay.
So
It's
20%
better
off.
than most. Some
Yeah.
sites would like revert you to a lower coupon and then take some money back. Yeah.
Yeah. Cyrox V8, yeah, you can get them for around $46 right now. I just checked. Two DGG Deities gaming gear pads. They're 500 by 500. I meant to mention with Matrova, I know AliExpress 500 by 500 pads are super rare because something about international shipping sizes. 490 by 420 is like super cheap all day long. There isn't a ton of info online just for the price. I was like, yeah, I'll try out a different company. Yeah, James Donkey, Cherry Extrafy. This was a forgotten mouse. Friggin' blue and brown, sure. This was interesting looking shape, but 3311. I got an MCHO's M7 also, and an A7 because, well, the M7 I'm selling either one. I just wanted a color swap because I'm, I guess, bougie like that. This is a good price for an A7 though, for an A7 Pro or Ultra. And then the Attack Shark R5 we'll talk about later.
Yeah, I've got one on the way. There's a post about the A7. They changed the language on their website to say that only the Ultra has the opticals now, which is weird because the Pro that I have has Omron opticals.
It's supposed to. Maybe they're differentiating even more. I don't know.
I don't know. Just making people buy the Ultra.
Yeah. So I spent way too much money, guys. Don't be like me. But definitely check out, if you are going to spend any money, check out cashback websites. Cashback Monitor is what I use. I did post a YouTube video with my affiliate link for Rakuten that gives you and me both $30 when you make a purchase. Bro, so far there have been 14 people sign up with my link. That's pretty cool.
That's crazy.
Only two of them have made purchases, and Rakuten still like literally takes a month or two to validate that the purchase goes through.
Yeah.
But thank you guys so much for using those links. Dazz and I have talked, like, MouseCast podcast they don't make money from, but any money that is made, I'm going to put it right back into either better microphone, mice and pads to show, etc. Let's move on to another bit of news. Xraypad Redtail. This is a cool little video here. Oh, let me turn off the music though. So stay tuned for something truly special, Redtail. And it looks like we're looking at the bottom of a mouse pad, right? That looks like
It sure does. Yeah.
some unique rubber base that they're laser etching. That's this laser etching if you don't know. Number 7 out of 1856, I think it says. So it's a new pad from Xraypad. Look at the subsurface stitching. That reminds me of, who is it that is doing a wild? Is it Vaxi?
I don't know.
The Vaxi pad stitching. Somebody is doing stitching like around the perimeter rather than. They're doing it like around
Is it,
the edge rather than like on top of it.
is it PMM making a pad doing that?
Oh,
I can't remember. I know what you're talking about now.
Piranha mouse mods pad.
I might be getting my mouse Twitter twisted. I don't think it's released yet, but
it's not released, but we
Twitter's gonna
talked
block
about it
you.
on his website. Mouse pads. There we go. Oh, not quite. He has like more normal edge stitching. Oh, somebody in the comments, leave it down below if you know what I'm talking about. There's some company that like the stitching is like around the side of the pad rather than on top. I don't know anything about the Redtail other than this video. Xraypad is a pretty active Twitter though, so
Yeah.
if you follow them, you'll find out before it's on the pod probably. Yeah, laser etching. I wonder, the serial number's like XR25. I wonder if that's like an experimental. They're sending it out to reviewers prior to a release.
Maybe. I wanted this to be the surface of the mouse pad because that would have been insane. But
Yeah. Who knows?
Who
Maybe the
made sense.
surface is something unique. But yeah, laser etching, dude, it's fun. I did an architecture class where I had to program a laser and stuff, and like depending on different, like how dark you want it to be, you would have the laser be more intense or go more slowly. Because we were burning wood, it had like this ventilation system, and you could smell it. It smelled like a campfire. And then I guess to etch rubber, you probably just use like a really low power, and then this is sped up. You can see because the laser moves on an XY axis. You can see when it does red tail, it's moving in the X axis, and then it goes back through and does the Y.
oh yeah.
And that's probably to make it not look so liney, more filled in.
I can sit here and watch this all day.
I know, right?
It's very satisfying.
Here's a bit of mousepad news. I'm Tekusai, founder of Glassworks and Kurasun. So I've noticed some confusion regarding our Glassworks products, specifically around the cost of Glenova glass, as well as the AI artwork. Was there controversy that warranted this?
Yeah, there's like a Reddit post that was trying to shit on them to say that they only spend like $25 on their pads and sell them for like a ton of money.
Oh,
So this was his response to that post.
So
It was either a tweet or a Reddit post.
Okay, so there's, I guess, his proof and
Yeah, we knew this.
factory. Yeah. Here's his cost. Glass mouse pad, polarity black, polarity white. Okay, so the sizes are $45 and $47 his cost.
Yeah, it's like double what was being claimed.
Yeah. Now this looks like, I mean, he could have just faked this with a spreadsheet, but we do know that Chinese companies like serifs in their fonts, so that checks out. Serifs in fonts, if you guys don't know, are the little like Times New Roman. Fun fact.
Sans serif.
Yeah, means sans serifs means without. So like Cosmic's sans doesn't have serifs, and that's why it looks more bubbly and not sharp. This checks out with remember Linus Tech Tips said that the price difference between sizes is usually minimal after you factor in shipping and taxes and yeah. So Kurasun has that larger size too, I know. All right, anyway. Okay, so that addresses that. That's more than I thought. I would have guessed more like $25. But
yeah, that's what people were claiming. So
it's going to depend also on like order volume, and he's a boutique mousepad company.
The last paragraph there is kind of another part of the controversy.
Ooh, okay.
It's why people started saying they were so cheap, because the company of the glass they're using, I believe, started showing random postings.
So, why are they popping up on Alibaba? The factory started advertising Glenova glass and 2.5 edges. 2.5D, is that like the thickness? Or like the rounding?
Probably.
To other clients after we sourced it and worked on those features together with them because they've gotten dozens of requests for the features
I don't
after
know
our HANA.
They asked them to take them down, but I don't know if they have the power to do that. I think
Yeah,
the
we have to
company
take
can do
it
whatever
down.
they want.
Yeah. So as a
Unless
person
there's an agreement. I
who
don't know
works
about.
in manufacturing, this is actually a big problem with factories in China is there's a big copycat culture there, and it's not seen as stealing somebody's work. It's seen as two things. One, kind of survival of the fittest, but also two, some level of um, admiration. You're not going to copy something that's
Mm.
garbage. So there's a big copycat culture. I have stories from past bosses who have like I remember one boss, he talked about they opened a manufacturing facility in China and things were going well for a year. And then a couple employees left, literally went 200 yards down the street, bought a building, started producing the same exact product and undercutting
Ugh.
them. Now,
Wow.
the product technically wasn't like to the same standards because they weren't keeping it up to date on all these things. But if you have something that's just going to be in constant production for 20 years, then yeah, he started getting his buddies to go over there and it was useless. So you're right. I don't think legally is there something they could do? Maybe, but are they going to lose more money? Probably. Also, I assume Chinese, if this is so common in China, they might just not have the same protections that are. There are global patents, but I don't know
Hmm.
legally the process for doing that. And him as just a guy selling mouse pads, yeah, he's cooked. So that kind of bites. You spend all this time developing something and then it's yeah. Now we did see who is switching their manufacturing to Israel, bringing it in-house.
Free fall.
Free fall. Yeah.
Posted that tweet and then took it down after getting a lot of crap apparently in the
Oh,
comments.
because
So
of the war.
probably.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Maybe real estate is cheap when you're in a war zone. I don't know.
Yeah.
It might be totally separate. I mean, dude, like Israel, there's still tons of people there, I'm sure, who it's just another average day. They don't, um, it's not affecting them daily. You know, there's still the economy still needs to keep going. People still need to go to work. Yeah. All right. Next topic. I don't, dude. WLMOUSE Beast Meow. Another, yeah. All I wanted to show is that this was just another video. It's the meow. I have seen some AliExpress listings. It's like
Hmm.
$145. So the original MSRP, like direct yen translation, is like 125 or something. Was it? Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. Not piquing my interest.
The only thing I liked about this, bro, look at the laptop this person's using. Is that a
Oh my
MacBook?
gosh. It is. Yeah.
Also, they got tiny hands, so they're like nearly palming it, dude. Nearly.
Oh, you're right. Wow.
Yeah.
It's actually not a fingertip mouse. It's a tiny hand palm mouse. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Meow. 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 And next bit of news, WLMOUSE tier list winner. Hey, look at this. This is the design that won from last
The
week's
people have
two
voted
weeks.
and they were wrong.
So we put this in the B tier. It was, I think, the very first mouse we ranked, and I said it looked
It,
like somebody had a happy accident on their mouse.
yeah, it looks like my toddler just threw some paint at it and this is what came
Yeah.
out of it. I don't like this design at all.
Yeah. I don't know.
Unfortunate.
This first of all, the scroll wheel I think needs to have some texturing. It's too smooth with the rest of the sort of nebulous tech look. It it won by a landslide, dude.
I wish they had listed not just like the drive. I don't know. I don't know how they would have done it better because I'm curious what else got up there, but you
Yeah,
have no clue here.
6.7. I don't know. And like, I bet you it's not even here. I don't even see brown, but
Yeah,
whatever. It is cool that they did something to work with the community. How cool would that
it
be
is.
if you design something and it becomes reality? Next bit of news, Pulsar ES Mini. So, not a huge announcement. I actually leaked this to FCC Leak, had this out for a while, but the new
Mhm.
V3 ES now come in a mini version. Um, at what point is too many SKUs too many?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna get this. I don't know.
Yeah. But it must sell well. The X2s must sell. The ESs must sell well, you know.
I did like the size 2X 2HES. I mean, I have that still. I just never use it. But
Yeah. Attack Shark X3 Ultra. We shall some looks familiar. Design team must be hard at work over there. /s. So this was from their their Twitter. They're pretty active on their Discord too.
Hmm.
This isn't an upgrade, it's a revolution. Okay. Legendary X3 lightweight mouse adored by gamers worldwide is evolving into its ultimate form, X3 Ultra. We preserved the DNA of the X3, its weightless design, and re-engineered it with cutting-edge tech. Okay, so it looks like it's a normal X3, but
Hmm.
they are doing... Can I zoom in, please? I guess not. A Final Mouse ULX looking thing. I don't know if they'll do Omron opticals like in the R2, which is the same shape, just
It's this
magnesium.
ULX looking, but X3 shape, which I do like the X3 shape. So
Yeah, it's a great shape.
it could be a banger. Yeah.
Yeah, the sides we learned holes in the sides not terrible as long as it's still decently solid.
Yep.
The only like thing of note that I have here is the scroll wheel is the Wiseowl Cloud XS. Right? Is that not the same exact friggin' scroll wheel? Like the rubber.
Oh wow, yeah, it's very similar.
Yeah. So that's cool. No idea on release date. It's probably going to be 39. Like we can probably guess the specs at this point. Next thing is the Attack Shark X1. This I posted to Reddit. I should actually go to, oh cool, Reddit Attack Shark X1. Yeah, this was my post,
There
I
you go.
think. There we go. Because I guess the website's not loading. $45
This is
for
definitely
the
a
website.
review-worthy mouse.
Here we go. So, guys, it's finally here, a Viper V3 Pro Mini. This is listed on
I'm in the
Elo
hyperspeed
Shapes now.
cameras.
Oh, gosh. They always have this thing come up when I'm in incognito. Yes, I don't want to do that. Okay, so compare. We'll do... get rid of some of these. Attack Shark X1 and Viper V3 Pro. There you guys go. It is, in fact, a Mini.
Can you pull the hyperspeed
V3.
up?
The hyperspeed is going to be the same shape.
Hyperspeed's smaller than the Pro,
The Death Adder, yes, but not the...
isn't it? Oh, it's not here? Oh,
The
really
Death
thought it
Adder is
was.
smaller.
Okay.
The only thing that changes
That's right.
is sensor position because the AA battery.
Battery.
Yeah. So we get a few different colorways of this mouse. Specs are 3395 Pro. So they're not saying 3950, but they do bring it up to 40,000 DPI, and they talk about that like, okay, who the hell cares? I just fear that they're going to be putting in like smoothing or DPI interpolation or something bad. 53 gram weight, 100 or 1000 hertz polling rate, so it's not 4K, and then it has a dock, my dude. I know one person
I'm
was like,
traumatized.
get rid of the RGB in the dock and make it $5 cheaper. And I'm thinking like that's probably not totally how it works. They probably source the dock from somebody and it's some set price, but sure, the dock, their other mice must sell well with the dock if they're sticking with that. One thing I noticed is flipping through the images here, the DPI button goes away when you go to the grip tape. I think that's just a rendering. They're just using outdated
Yeah.
stuff. A lot of Chinese stuff, they put out stuff quickly, but it's not exactly like
Polished.
thanks. Omron Opticals, heck yeah, dude. And I go over the dimensions here, so it is indeed smaller. I mean, Elo Shapes already has it on its website. And any cool pictures? Cloud WebDriver, their manual. I was telling Elo to use manuals for his outlines, and he was like, oh yeah, I forgot. I can totally do that. There's the specs. I'm glad we were getting an Attack Shark mouse that's not a 3311. For 45 bucks, dude, it's on sale right now. I'm not going to pick one up at 45 bucks. When these come to AliExpress, though, I'm going to get a red one for like 30 bucks. Heck yeah.
I'm debating getting it. I don't know.
Really? I do have a ROM SH01, which is probably the closest thing to a Viper V3 Pro Mini. The thing is, though, I like the full-size ROM MH more. Something about the curvature, when it gets shrunken down, it just doesn't work as well. This looks to have flatter sides, whereas these are more hourglassy. So I think the flatter sides on this will be more comfortable. I'm excited for this. Next mouse, ATK Dragonfly A9. So the next mouse from ATK, which I was really hyped for, is yet another potato. Another GPX clone. Dude, why?
It'll probably be the top one or right next to the MCHO's A7, but it's the least exciting thing they could have possibly done.
I know. Like, MCHO's literally has this, dude. Armored
But is
Optical
this like a
or...
poop tier?
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. They have a crap ton of
How's it so
SKUs.
cheap?
They have a crap ton of SKUs. 3311.
Yeah, it has to be like the
I'm
crap.
gonna see if I can find mouse review ATK Dragonfly A9. Yeah, this person laments, we have all these potatoes already. Why? In COT G23. He also forgot the Pure Track Talent is another one. I said finally a potato with a bug embossed in the bottom shell. I think we actually talked about this. ATK A9. Somebody had a list of all the SKUs. More info, sure. This is just this link. Oh, okay, here we go. There's your SKUs. A9
Classic.
SE, 500 milliamp hour with 3311. So that's going to be the one that's only $15.
Yeah, they went full R1 on this.
They did. So they're expecting to sell a lot, I guess. Something
The heck is
interesting
a
here.
high silicon?
Just another.
Silicon.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen them before. But they have a 3311 and a 3395 SE. I'm almost certain the 3395 SE is literally a 3311. The like pin out
Yeah,
when
that's
you
what I
take it
thought too.
apart. It looks the same. They're both like the same max tracking speed. I don't know. Maybe it's like a DPI refinement or something dumb. I'm not
I
interested.
believe I determined the Pro was the play here because you get the 3395 wireless 8K armored opticals Nordic MCU.
Yep. And you get everything from the Plus up, you get the coding. Which ATK's coding is not terrible.
Fine.
Yeah. It's not
It's
super
fine.
interesting.
You know, the Mad Lions Mad G Max has the best one.
Yep. So the 500 milliamp hour at a 53 plus or minus 3. Okay, it's a 56 gram. Okay, it's a slightly lighter. I don't know. MCHOs, if you want this, dude, just get an MCHOs right now. I don't know.
Yeah, just buy the MCHO's A7 Ultra.
I was so pumped for whatever ATK's next thing was, but maybe they're just not innovative, dude. What are their products right now? We have
Maybe they're not innovative.
right. The
When
F1's
have
a
they
copy of the Hyperlight. The X1 is a copy of the Viper V3 Pro.
The R1 and the Mad R are just an X2.
Yeah.
The Mad G is just a slightly altered Maya X.
Well, is it confirmed that ATK is the same brand as Mad Lions?
I mean, it works in their web software.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And what am I missing? Oh, the Z1 is unique, but also
Their
not.
worst mouse,
All right.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
Not bad, but it's not good.
ATK. Next one. This is a mouse I am pumped for, my brother. Oh, it doesn't support. Okay. Let's try
Okay.
the Reddit
Worst
thread.
name.
How do we say this brand name?
I want to say Imecoo, and then whenever I think of this in my head, I just hear Michael Jackson saying it for some reason. And that's
Imecoo.
my take on this. Imecoo. Yeah.
Okay, specs translate. First of all, I did the kissy face because in a previous post, I said, "Thank you so much for the Billy leaks. I could kiss you." I don't know if he got that, or I'm just creeping this guy out at this point.
Oh, this is deep. Okay. Carry on.
Here's the specs translated. It's a SteelSeries Prime, guys. Full-size Prime, not Prime Mini. 3950. Nordic MCU, 80-hour battery life. Kale GE 5.0. The Kale GE 5.0 is actually very nice encoder. Skin light coating, yum. 8K Hertz wireless. 100 million Kale white blade switches. Price, I believe it was... Yeah, so there's two prices. I don't know. They didn't say what the two versions are. $55 USD makes me think this is going to be like a $70 mouse on AliExpress. Yeah. Oh, I guess I typoed and said 18 kilohertz. Ha ha ha. Oh,
So,
sorry.
yeah.
Should have gone
I
actually
noticed
over
that.
pictures. Yeah, my dude. Prime. I sold a dude in Australia $150 custom Prime wireless.
That's too good.
He's happy with it though. Even the skate design they have similar. The bottom skate at least. This is a great shape though. It's a pretty unique ergo. It's like very narrow at the front. So I'm here for this. Darmoshark also has the N7 Max coming out. I am keen to that one because it will be cheaper. Next bit of mouse news. The Darmoshark M3XS, not super interesting. This was teased a while back. So, contrary to the name, the XS is not smaller than the Micro.
Brilliant.
It's the Darmoshark M2, the magnesium mouse. This is the plastic version. Same shape.
What?
So
Why? There's an
so-
M3 though. What the? M3S is like a mouse. This
it's-
isn't just a
that's
smaller
bigger.
version of that?
This is the M2 is even smaller than the M3S. And then this is a plastic version of the
This is
M2.
genius.
Now, what I don't understand is the M2. I don't know if it's been
Okay,
selling
it looks
well.
like a smaller.
Mhm.
The M3S
M2
was very popular.
It was,
but-
yeah,
It was Darmoshark, so it was like
mid, yeah,
quality. It's like the LA one, but the quality was meh.
yeah. Was there
Not that
anything
the LA one
else?
killed it. Sorry.
Yeah. Rip. Well, I don't think. Oh, here's a nice size chart. Sure. That doesn't really help. How to choose size? The N3 is unique. You should try an N3 if you could try mine if you want.
Is that the one that has like the blue pink colorway?
I don't think so. Mine is like army green.
I thought I saw like a weird picture of it. Maybe it was something
Mine's
else. Okay.
white reduced. But it's interesting. It's like wicked narrow. This has like a really obvious spot for your thumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, the N5 is decent. Has a new coating that's pretty good. Anyway, I don't know. I'm not super interested. Even if this went on sale for like $30, I don't think I'd pick one up. Sure. Their quality has been getting better ever since the N5 released back in like August. Their coatings are actually pretty good as long as you get one with an actual coating. It's equivalent to maybe Wise Owls. All right. I think that does it for news. Oh man, we're an hour 42 in. Okay.
I'm
Mhm.
struggling.
Okay.
So tired.
We'll just do a quick
Uh,
two Reddit
This was
recaps.
hilarious. This is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Took apart my Pulsar
Pulsar.
Crazy Light and realized it has two separate switches. I'm on optical on the left and FE on the right.
Ha ha ha.
Isn't this what Fantech is using?
Yes.
T-Evolution?
Uh-huh.
And remember Pulsar had that Twitter post that was like, Pulsar opticals are not Omrons.
Not Omrons. Uh-huh.
Brother. Yeah. Semantics.
So is Pulsar the FE too? Like, so is it the same? Probably is. It's pretty nice in the Terra. So
I don't know. As we're learning about that glass pad, the Glenova, they can go to the supplier and get it from the source.
hmm
Yeah. Whatever. I'm glad that they switched to Omron Opticals off of Raishas. Okay, other bit of Reddit recap. I think I peaked. This got a lot of upvotes. 279. X2F prototype, and then he shows a bunch of pads. ATK Lie, Kong, and 99G. And he has a 0, Hien, and Atsu. So the discussion question here was how I interpreted
Oh.
the title.
I don't get the post. I don't understand.
Well, does he go
It's a
into
dumb
any
post to
more?
me.
I love how consistent firm cloth pads feel. So my main mouse pad is the Artisan Zero Mid. So my discussion question is blowing all your money on mouse pads. I don't think that's that bad, dude. Are you kidding?
It's not.
Homie is blowing all your. Okay, so let's say you bought these from the Artisan website. Okay, so that's like 120, 130 for 3 pads.
Is it that cheap? I thought it was like $60 a pad with shipping.
But they combine shipping. So
Shipping,
remember they
yeah.
had a thing 2 pads for $100.
Maybe 140 then?
Okay, let's say 150. Let's say it's
We'll call
$50
that.
a pad.
Yeah.
Saturn Pro, $50. It's 200, and then 3 ATK pads.
These are like
each one.
$15, $20.
Okay,
If you
so
bought
let's
them
say,
correctly, they could be as low as 10 if you get the like coupon code and sale.
so let's say 250 for all 3 pads. That's assuming you paid full price. I don't think. Yes, it's a lot of money to spend on a mouse pad. What are people spending on a single glass pad?
Well, you stayed in a hotel for one night. You played golf 2 or 3 times. It's all relative.
Also, I mean, he has an X2F prototype,
Which
so
was
assuming
free.
he didn't pay for it. But
Yeah.
okay, I don't know, $250. People, there's mouse market posts all day long that are literally 250 plus worth if you add everything up.
Yeah.
Thoughts on the ATK pads? Yeah, they're decent, right?
They're solid. Yeah.
Okay, and then I think that does it for Reddit recap. I want to go into Dazz. You hit a milestone. Oh, sorry, I didn't even bother switching to Reddit recap in the picture.
It was so quick, it doesn't matter.
Yep. Okay. You hit a
Yeah.
milestone with your YouTube channel.
Yeah, blew past 500 subs. Now I'm at 542.
Really?
Yeah, it's been like solid. I've dropped back-to-back dud videos, which I knew was going to happen because the X2F is super niche and everybody else already reviewed it. And then I dropped the Jet 75 review this morning, and it's a keyboard, which if you follow anybody else like AimAdapt, Boardsy, their keyboard videos do not pop at all. But I needed to review it, so I did. And I've been maining it. It's really good.
So
The camera angles and what the show is odd. I'm
it's
running out of B-roll, a whole bunch of stuff into it, but
it's a good looking keyboard. I like that it's a 75% and keeps the delete key up here and then
yeah.
the F row. I like that it's still pretty compact. Maybe the bezel could be narrower. I wish this was a volume knob, but yeah, I'm a huge advocate of 75% boards. What do you think?
I think it's the best layout, probably 75 or 80. 68 is just missing a few things that I think you can get for not much. Like this doesn't bother me the size it is
Yeah,
with my desk space. So
yeah. Here, I'll actually hold up my. Oh, okay. Hopefully I didn't fudge anything up. Yep. So my Mad Lions with the little ribbon holder is literally the same size as my 75%.
it's like keyboard width that throws things off sometimes, and this is just height that changes,
Yeah,
which doesn't really
agreed.
matter. I feel a little bit bad, but I basically just crapped all over the Woodian for this entire video because I can't plausibly justify buying it for the cost it is. It feels worse.
Yeah.
Stock.
The
I realize
typing
part of the Woodian
experience.
appeal is that you can drop it in any case, but I don't care. I'm not doing that stuff. So
Yeah. I wonder how Wooting sales are right now. Like they marketed themselves heavily, shipping out to reviewers and putting them in the hands of esports athletes. So maybe they're still going to stay relevant simply because normies who don't go on YouTube and watch YouTube reviews, they're going to see their favorite gamer playing on a Wooting and buy it.
they're gonna get crushed. The China market has to be taking a bite out of their sales. There's no way it doesn't.
Yeah. I mean,
I showed the AK 680 Max here as well, which is also much more stable and satisfying to type on, and that was $48. Yeah.
Yeah.
When I pulled the Wooding over here, you can see how like wobbly the keys, like the switches are. I guess I'm talking a lot there, yeah.
Whoa, yeah. Oh,
Uh-huh.
you could totally see that. Yeah,
It's
that's
not good.
man. Yeah. Well, Wooting, I probably would have bought a Wooting by now if they were the only player in the. Oh, no way. Is that the same? Mad Lions friggin' copied.
Copy at the bottom with no
Oh my
supports.
gosh. Fake vent holes and then the feet.
That's amazing. Yeah. One of the features I really like about the Jet 75 and most normal keyboards is they have the support feet to like elevate your keyboard a bit. It's just a more comfortable. Like the Woody not having that bothered me for like weeks until I got used to it. So.
Yeah. Yeah. The keycaps on this are cool. That is cool that it's actually shined through like that.
Yeah, it pops a lot more in person, but
Interesting. Yeah.
their web software is good. AJS's desktop firmware or driver is crappy. So
I understand these keyboard reviews not getting a ton of views because at this point they're so iterative, but I genuinely am curious. If I have $70 to put down, I can buy any of these Chinese HE boards. Which one is like the best out of the box experience? I don't think that question's been answered, especially since they're still coming out with new ones.
yeah, if you Google it, some people have some Reddit posts on like actual performance as well. So
Yeah.
which I had to figure out what was worthy. Smooth bot, shocker. That's all
Yeah.
the footage I have left.
That Matrova video I showed, that actually was not Vexen playing. Because
Okay.
Vexen is like he literally has top one position on a bunch of reactive tracking scenarios. The dude is insane.
Oh well.
Yeah. So like
Yeah.
literally celestial player.
The only thing about this keyboard review is I felt like it was boring visually, but I didn't know what to do to make it more interesting.
So do you think okay, so Mcho sent this out to you, right?
I still paid $60 for a $90 keyboard. I got like a coupon code. So it
Okay.
was, yeah, it's the same you would have paid for the pre-order basically.
So okay, let's say the Atco that you said, you also bought that one, right?
Dala.
Sorry, the 820 Max or whatever?
Oh, AJS.
Oh, sorry, AJS.
Yeah. I bought that for like $48. That was going to replace the looting. And then this opportunity popped up and I was like, okay, I'll work with them shows. I don't want to pass that up.
So, having done this is your first keyboard review. You don't have any others, right?
No, this is it, yeah.
Let's say you get contacted by I don't know, Mad Lines. They want to send you their Mad 68 HE Pro Max Topography Edition. Are you saying yes and agreeing to a video, or you think it's
If they're down with me putting it in a roundup for all this other stuff I have, yes. But I'm not doing individual keyboard reviews a lot going forward. They're just boring. Honestly. This is like a one-off, like this is the best keyboard I've used for the price kind
okay?
of a thing.
Cool.
I need to stop buying keyboards, but I haven't spent more than $50 on anything beside this, so it doesn't hurt too bad.
Yeah. So guys, go check out the full review. I'm glad you have a sound test. That's what I did for
Yeah,
my
comparative for all three of them. Yeah.
I mean, the roundup is exactly what you said. Even for my friggin' Amazon Vine reviews I had to do, I put all three keyboards that I had, three rapid triggered
Yeah.
keyboards that are all around the $50 to $70 range, and just type on them. Because
Yep.
performance, dude, they're all using the same QMK or whatever web driver. The same
And even the worst
switches.
performing of them is like almost a negligible latency.
Yeah.
We wouldn't
Now,
get beaten on latency per like some of the tests I saw by a lot of these budget boards, which is just sad.
I did misspeak and say that they're all using like the same switches. Those Leobogs in the Aula did impress me. So, in terms of stability. So,
Yeah, this one has two different options. Kill Magnetic God, which is an interesting name that this one has, and there's like a
Magnetic.
starburst. I don't know what.
yeah.
I wonder what the differences I can see on the page, but and there's a sound test MJ's posted, but otherwise,
Huh. They have a gram force difference, maybe, right? Oh, wait.
35 on the Kill Magnetic Gods, 32 on the starburst. Yeah.
Yeah.
0.1 millimeter travel distance total change.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay, guys, go check that out. Also, watch the X2F video. Give that a thumbs up. I would, but I'm not logged in.
Yeah,
I do thumbs up everything that you release. You have a good thumbs up ratio, like 50
I
on a
appreciate
video
that.
with 100.
The float popped the hell off.
Did it? Oh,
That thing's got
3.5K. Is that your top?
and 168 likes. No, I got like 3 videos over 5K at this point, or 2 videos over 5K. 3. The
Yeah.
Mad Lions Mad G, the ATK X1, and then the budget Mad Arvis L7. They just keep getting views passively. So
So you were worried about AimAdapt and other big reviewers coming out and cannibalizing your reviews to some extent, but it seems like it's had the opposite effect.
let me see. I mean, the first search result for this, as opposed to being only me, is now Boardsy. So like views for this float have tailed off some, which is irritating.
Okay. Wow, so being first to the party is definitely an advantage.
Huge. Yeah, yeah. Even having the first short.
In our
I
Discord,
feel like my review is better than his on the float. I'll just say that, but that's me, and I review what I like to hear in a mouse. So.
it doesn't hot take. It doesn't take much effort to post a review that's better than
More in
a
depth.
Boardsy review. More in depth. Thank you. Yeah, Boardsy's takes. He's quick and he's very talented. So
I love watching it. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, if you're actually making a purchasing decision, I watch him more like a mouse news channel.
Sort of, yeah. And it's like entertainment. Like, obviously, he does very good, and he has some takes. But
Yeah. He doesn't put up with crap. That is one thing. If something's bad, he's not afraid to say it.
Yep.
Someone in our Discord DM'd IPI or some rep asking, "Hey, are you the same brand as Attack Shark?" Because I glossed over the Attack Shark R5 Ultra. Bro, I
yeah, I've
glossed
got one
over
of
these.
these on the way. I actually DM'd Attack Shark and asked them, and they just ghosted me. So
Yeah, somebody else was saying that in our Discord that they have like terrible customer service and they just don't reply to things.
yeah,
Okay, quickly, back to news. Attack Shark R5, look, it's an IPI float. But instead you get a 3950. You get slightly lower weight, maybe because people don't know how to weigh mice, I guess. And you get Omron optical switches. Cool, for more money. I paid
Yep.
$47 before cash back because coupon codes and coins on AliExpress. But
I paid 57 maybe because they had a 15% off early bird coupon.
yeah,
Mine's now in Illinois, so
whoa, wow, that's shipping fast. Did you get the white?
decently. Yeah.
I do like the gold accents, but the white I think just stands out more because the IPI is. Anyway, this person from IPI said they are not a sub brand of Attack Shark. They said they are not. What was
Oh,
their
they
verbiage?
responded. Oh,
Yeah, they responded. Their verbiage was that we are not affiliated.
okay.
So it's
Not
just-
affiliated. That's very interesting. Do they just use the same factory twice?
I guess so.
Huh.
Because the mouse is identical, dude. Literally identical. What changes is, I guess, some of the components on the PCB. But you go to Alibaba and you browse like we did before, and it's not quite a drop-down list of specs, but it's an inquiry, and then you say what specs you want. Yeah. Anyway, I deemed this. So there was a 1K hertz IPI float that came up. I could have gotten that for $31. I opted to spend $16 more and get this for the Omron Opticals.
Yeah, it makes sense totally.
Yeah. All right, that was our quick news aside. So the Attack Shark R5. What were we saying about? I don't know what we were saying about it. We were talking about your YouTube channel and the float popping off, and it's a darn good mouse. So. Yeah, I played the other night using my friggin' Cooler Master mouse. This is a well-reviewed performance-wise from PicoGale.
Yeah.
The sensor position's way far forward. For whatever reason, I was flicking really, really nicely. I just had more confidence when you're ADS and having to target swap to 3 people on your screen. I just felt a level of confidence that maybe I had just been gaming enough where I was like locked in, or it was the mouse. I don't know. So I have been using this.
Yeah, that's the top recommendation people kept giving me when I was looking for an HTS Ace alternative back in the day.
Yeah,
it's a humpy mouse.
Humpy
I
mouse.
like it.
It is a humpy mouse. It's like an
Yeah.
X2H sort of, but yeah, too
Yeah,
bad. RAP Cooler Masters Mouse Division.
The only other quick thing about YouTube is the shorts have been doing really well.
Oh yeah, you mentioned
Did you see the last one
I have not watched
about the bike helmet? Okay.
Whoa.
I thought this was my best one, but
yeah.
they're not like going viral, but yeah.
By the way, do you not want me to watch these on like?
I don't care.
Okay. This is wild. I have no interest in this mouse, but I'll watch a short on it, sure. What's
I like
the
put a bleep in there like I was hype as
Oh, that is wild. So they call it's like a frame, like shape on
we need some
frame.
LI frame. Yeah.
Okay.
I did a custom outro here as well, as opposed to copying it from another video.
Huh.
It's interesting. It's not comfortable for me in game.
That's the dongle.
That's the dongle. Looks like it's
Oh
siren on
my
a cop
God,
car.
it looks like
Yeah.
it does. Or stack light. I'm sorry, I just think of these.
Oh
When
yeah.
you're in a
wow.
manufacturing facility, all machines will have one of these so that you can see from across the room. You can see what the status of the machine is.
Yeah.
Fun fact, stack lights and like traffic lights, even though we have RGB nowadays, do you know why they haven't gone RGB and they're doing like different positions? Same goes for a traffic light.
What is that?
Colorblind people. Specifically like red green. For some
Yeah.
people that'll look the same, so you need to change position.
Gotcha.
High pace now on Kickstarter.
High
Review
pace.
coming at some point.
You're at my daughter's little bike and helmet.
I was not expecting you to be looking right at the camera wearing a. Is that? It doesn't even fit on your head.
I didn't think you'd seen it because I thought you would have messaged me about
I
it.
haven't seen it. Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Yeah. My daughter woke up and was like, "Why is my bike in the front?" Like,
Oh my
"Ah."
gosh. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Dude, that is so funny. If you had introed with that, I would have been dying too.
So yeah, that's what I should have done. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Would have got more people. Oh well.
Some magnesium ice. How about this? So you got this from Kickstarter, or did you contact them?
I did contact them after talking with Deborah Guru, and then they set it out. So yeah.
Do you know anything about high pace, low free?
Low free? I don't. They have keyboards predominantly, I want to say.
Yeah, they have the keyboard mouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're these guys. Yeah, my understanding is they make like decent keyboards. Yeah, their mice is just like weird, but sure. Somebody out there actually buys this and uses it. That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
So sure, I mean, you can. If you're gonna innovate and push the industry forward, there's 2 paths. There's the bike helmet or there's Final Mouse, and I guess they're both equally valid. Okay.
Cool. Probably wrap it up at this point.
I think, yeah, we're 2 hours. The longest podcast yet. So thank you guys so much for being with us. If you enjoyed the podcast, subscribe. We do this every week. If you have another idea for a guest, let us know in the comments. I can reach out. And we'll be back next week. Back to our regular schedule, right? That works with you, Daz?
Yeah. Yep.
Cool. Oh, it'll be nice. No more 6 a.m. on the weekend.
Yeah, this is rough. Look how bright it is in your room. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys
Yeah.
for
See
watching.
ya.